My name is Clayton Harvey, and this is The Reformist. Tonight in The Reformist, I have my first guest, Dorothea Diggs. Dorothea, what did you help with in the Reform page?
Well, I helped create better prisons and hospitals for the mentally ill.
And how did you do this?
Well, I went to legislative and convinced them that the mentally ill people were not criminals and they could be fixed with proper treatment. I succeeded, so then I went to the U.S. Congress to lobby for federal oversight. My work resulted in taking mental health patients out of jails and putting them into hospitals.
Absolutely extraordinary. And I've heard there's been sightings of you in Europe. What did you do in Europe?
Well, I went to Europe to study and see how hospitals and prisons were like over there. And I helped fund some of the new hospitals over there, too.
You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
My second guest tonight on The Reformist is an astonishing man with an astounding story, Mr. Frederick Douglass.
Oh, thank you for having me, Clayton, today.
So what did you do during the Reformist movement?
Well, I started off by escaping slavery, and then I became an abolitionist going around the United States to promote the abolishment of slavery.
Fascinating. How did you promote it?
Well, I started off giving speeches around the world, like I said, and then I started publishing my own newspaper called the North Star in Rochester, New York.
Absolutely amazing story. But why the name, the North Star?
Well, I named it the North Star because the slaves would look at the North Star to find freedom.
And during all your speeches and all your time, why were you never recaptured and put back into slavery?
Well, for 2 years, I went on a speaking tour through Great Britain and Ireland to avoid being recaptured. I'd like to think that in my time while I was gone, my slave owner died.
What would you say at your speeches to influence the end of slavery?
Well, I would tell the crowd of my personal experiences of being a slave and how the living conditions there were unbearable to the times like now.
You're an astonishing man. Thank you. With my third guest of the night on tonight's Reformist, I have an extraordinary man, Horace Mann. Horace, during the Reformist movement, what did you do?
I'm a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Massachusetts 8th District.
Wow. Whew. How did you make schools free?
I had it paid for by taxes.
And when did this whole education reform start?
When I was appointed Secretary in 1837 of the Board of Education of Massachusetts.
With Frederick Douglass here in the studio, I wanted to know what side of the abolishment of slavery were you on?
My first speech in Congress was about our duty to exclude slavery from the territories.
You're an astonishing man. Thank you for your time. On tonight's exhilarating episode of The Reformers, we've had extraordinary tale after tale, and with my fourth guest here tonight, a decent man known as Lyman Beecher. Nice to meet you, Lyman.
Nice to meet you. Well, I'm a charismatic preacher and important leader to the temperance movement.
Very nice. What did you do to help
Well,
us?
I was one of the main founders of the American Temperance Society.
And as a man who men love to drink, why you, of all people, wanted to end it?
Well, I'm tired of women just complaining all the time. Men coming home drunk.
Okay, we're trying to keep this politically correct.
I'm just being honest. This is...
Fifth and final guest tonight on The Reformist, I'm here with labor union leader William Sillies. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what did you do?
I'm an American labor leader who pioneered many trade union methods and was a guiding spirit behind the first attempt to form a united trade union movement.
Very impressive. I've asked most of our guests tonight what they did in their life. I'm gonna ask you a different question. What did you do in your teen years?
Well, I became an iron molder, a very dangerous job, which consisted of working with hot metal furnaces and living in company houses.
And what is, in your labor union, what did you want to change?
I wanted to oppose low wages and improve the workers' lot.
Well, thank you very much, William.